Hi, Steve in the workshop at Bamber sewing machines in Manchester. Changing the needle threader, on your Brother PR680W. Also the same on the PR670E, the 655, the 650, the 600, and also the 1055X, etc. It's all the same. Okay, make sure you got your machine in needle number 1 position and use your needle change Allen key just to take these little screw covers off the side. And Phillips screwdriver. Set this first cover off the top, 2 screws. All the screws on these side covers are exactly the same, so you can't get them mixed up. Lift it up. Lift it off like that. 3 screws in the big cover. There's a lip there, lift it up and then out, like that. So that reveals this guy here, which is the rack that drives the needle threader up and down. I can't move it because the machine's switched on. I'm going to switch it off and then I can move it down. If you want to come round the front of the machine, then what we want to do is we want to move it down to a position here where I can get at it. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you on this one now is this is a machine that I've got in for service and I've got it stripped down and I've got the side of it off here. You can see there is the needle threader. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little screwdriver in and ease that part of the needle threader up. I'm going to put another screwdriver in there and lever it off at the same time. And it just comes off. Now the gist of it is that the shaft at the back that it runs on has got a little cutout there, and the needle threader, the little arm, it's got a little ridge that drops into that. Now there's a spring on that back shaft, don't lose the spring, so I'll put it back on. It's just a reverse. You're going to put it on and you need to push it into place until, let me do that again, I'm just going to ease it off. I don't know if you're looking in the side there, you see that little ridge has got to drop into the cutout. There you go. I don't know if you heard it, it clicked into place. Now let's do it on the machine, how you're going to do it, which is more awkward. So I'm going to lever it off with this one. Let me stop this rolling about. Let's switch the light on now. Wait while the light comes on. There we go. Now we can see what we're doing. So I'm going to lift a little plastic arm up and lever it off. Now once I've done that, then I can grab the needle threader, and also I'm going to grab that shoulder there, and I'm going to also turn that around slightly and ease it out to the right as I'm easing the needle threader off to the left. Because it's not as easy when it's actually on the machine. I'm watching the spring. See, the spring doesn't come off that back shaft. Keep the spring on it. So there we go. So then you're going to get the new needle threader, and you're going to pop it back into place like that on the two shafts, and then I'm going to push this shaft back in. Until it just clicks into place, which it has done. So it's clicked into the little ridge there. Okay, then what I'm going to do, and this is very important, is put a brand new set of needles in. Cannot leave your old needles in. Put a brand new set of needles in. Do not power the machine up and use the needle threader to see if it threads the first time. What you want to do is just bring it down carefully with your hand with this rack, and you can just see whether the needle thread is going through the eye of the needle. And I can also just check it there in the normal way. You can see it threads it just nice. Now, if you've put a new set of needles in and a new needle threader, 9 times out of 10, it'll line up perfectly. Usually if it doesn't line up, it's because you've not just got the little nick on the arm clicked into the ridge on the shaft. But if you have, and it still doesn't line up, then what you can do is, if we just come back to this one here, so on the edge of that little shoulder there, again you can use your needle changing Allen key, pop it in that, loosen that off, don't take it out, just loosen it about 3/4 of a turn, and in the end there's a screw. You don't need to be able to see it, trust me, it's there. Now you see it turns the whole thing round. Put that in there and hold that so it can't turn, and what happens then is it moves the needle threader left and right, so you can fine tune it to position it so it goes through the eye of the needle. When you've got it in the right place, just tighten that back up, and that's it. 9 times out of 10 you don't have to do that, it'll be set correctly. It's just that the needle thread is bent. Put a new needle threader in, put a new set of needles in, and it'll work great again. That's it. Then obviously just put the 2 covers back on. Put the bottom cover on first and then the top cover.